some of the food I'm going to be doing today, obviously, I've worked with Michelle Obama for the healthy school lunch and get moving and all that good stuff. So the recipe I'm going to be doing is actually one where Mrs. Michelle Obama, a few months ago, I gave to her. She said she didn't like avocados. I fed this to her, and she said, now I like avocados. All right? And for your kids, can you close your ears 1 second? Awesome. This is a way to trick your kids to eat avocados. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're back. Awesome. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with avocados. And this is a great recipe for me. Do any of you know who I am, actually? Well, two people. Where's the family that I just took a picture with and they said, I love the Disney show you're on? That was awesome. I don't know what show that is, but Winnie the Pooh, I don't know what it is. Is that, yeah, okay. All right, where are we? So we're going to start with avocados. 3 ingredients. So my food is a little complicated sometimes. It's like, you got to put on an astronaut helmet, a nitrogen tank. You need 19 ingredients and 9 hours to do it. This is 3 ingredients, and it should take a few minutes. So we start with a bowl, and then we have some avocados. Thank you so much for doing some of the work. Like any true good executive, I got to be careful what I say here. Like any true good executive, someone else does all the work for me, pretty much, right? It's usually my wife. Jasmine Blais, everyone. Jasmine Blais. Nice. We weren't really worried too much about the recipe today as to like what shoes we should wear. Did anyone else have that issue today? Okay, good. Right. All right, so we have our avocados. So it's going to start with a couple of avocados. Someone just asked me what's the precise recipe. If you guys do Twitter or Facebook, you can reach out to me today and I'll give you the precise recipe. But to be honest, I'm not. Everyone's good? It's windy? It's windy? I say we might get like that original Woodstock thing going on here at any moment. If I start playing I've dated myself. Everyone's young in the audience. Kids don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, I won't do that. You got it. You got your dad. Perfect. He was there, so he knows. All right. And I'm talking about the second one with like Stone Temple. No, I'm just kidding. Totally kidding. All right. All right. So we have our avocados. All right. We're going to dump our avocados into our bowl. Again, 3 ingredients. Avocados. It's a healthy fat, right? Does anyone not like avocados? Way in the back. I am going to call you out. Stick around, okay?
We got a second one off to the left here.
Can you remember where they're at?
I remember right where it's at.
Awesome. All right. Dry ice? Come here. Go.
Dry ice.
All right, so we have our avocados. Ingredient 2. So I have a little bit of salt and vinegar potato chip. Water. Am I crying? Okay. I just love you so much.
Should that be said to your wife?
Yes. No, to everyone. I love everyone. All right, avocados. And now cocoa powder. So cocoa powder. And the amount of cocoa powder, lots of. So I'm not very precise. You can tell by my hair. It just kind of goes wherever it wants to go. So avocados, a little bit of avocado, a lot of cocoa powder. And then we're going to get a blender. Let's hope this reaches over here. First row, you have signed the liability waiver, right? Things can enter the first row at any time. Rain gear, right? Helmets, those things were all, we addressed all those things, okay? All right, avocados, cocoa powder. And agave nectar, right? You can use honey if you want, but honey actually changes the flavor of it. My wife's looking at me, she's like, don't use honey. But agave nectar is good for you, a great natural sugar, all right? All right. Are there any questions, comments, or concerns so far? No? Not yet? We're good? All right. What's that question? Yes, Riley Blais. You don't like avocado. You eat this every night and you don't even know it's avocado. Great example. Riley Blais. All right. All right, so we're just going to mix this up. And you can kind of see, we have a mirror on. Can you guys see it? And it's it looks like frosting already, right? I'm just going to drip a little bit of water in here just to smooth it out a little bit. You don't have to put the water in. All right. But you get the idea, right? This looks like cake batter. How we doing here? All right, something's just arrived behind me. I'm gonna try and sneak out 2 dishes. I only have to do 1, but in true Top Chef fashion, I'm gonna try and really impress you guys. All right, so we're gonna do 2 dishes. So as I'm mixing this chocolate mousse here, avocado mousse, sorry, chocolate pudding, we're good? It needs to be crushed, smash it, smash it. Let me show them first real quick what we have. Can I get a tongue and show them a piece while you smash them? All right, so the second dish we're gonna do involves a key ingredient, dry ice, dry ice. We're gonna make, wait for it, dry ice cream. No one, someone laughed, that's good, okay. It's a bad joke, get it, dry ice cream. Okay, all right. So these guys are basically behind me smashing up dry ice to make it look like snow. Or you can throw it in the food processor to grind it so that it looks like snow, all right? Very, very, very cold. Obviously you can see all the carbonation sort of actually coming out of it, right? All right. All right, here we go. Yeah, we just need a little bit. All right, so we have dry ice. And because we're at the White House, I understand there's a rose garden somewhere, right? There is? Okay. So we have rose flavored milk, basically, or an ice cream base. So, right, this is rose flavored milk. By the way, careful when you pack this. If you're flying from like Atlanta to Washington and this spills in your suitcase, you will smell like grandma's purse for the rest of the day. Okay? That worked. Good. My comic ability is a little. All right. So we have, it looks like bubble gum, but it's really rose flavored ice cream base. So we have that in our mixer here. And you have a couple of like really small pieces for me? I do. All right. And we're going to spin that. So this is where things could enter the crowd, right? It shouldn't. It shouldn't. All right. So we're gonna whisk this up, start spinning that. You can do this by hand if you want. And that's good for now. No one's going to taste this just yet. And we're going to just start throwing in, give me lots of this stuff. There we go. Yeah, we got it. All right. And we're just going to kind of add the dry ice. It's a Brady. You've seen the Brady Bunch. You've never seen that episode of the Brady Bunch? Tiny little pieces. That's right. I told you things would enter the crowd. I was not kidding. Smaller pieces if we could. Okay. All right. All right. Smaller. Remember, this is supposed to be snow. All right. This is like hail at this point. It's an interactive show, guys. You never know what's going to happen. All right. Yeah, we'll keep throwing it. Yes, Riley. What's that? She loves? Oh, nice. Awesome. All right. So you just keep feeding that in there. It's going to shoot all over the place. Paul Key's on after me, so don't tell him I made the mess. Okay? All right? Let's give it up for Paul Key, the newest Top Chef, right? All right. All right. So you're going to finish making the ice cream so that it's his fault messy. All right? There's our chocolate mousse. And then we're going to do one more element for our mousse. Carbonated blackberries. Does that like freak someone? That sounds a little weird, right? This thing's about to go crazy, by the way. Yeah, we can just let it go. We can let it go there. Let it kind of just spin around a little bit. All right? It's got a life of its own. This is great for another holiday. This is great for Halloween, obviously. All right? All right? All right, so carbonated blackberries. So, very simply, we have one of these gadgets that carbonate water, right? Instead of putting water in the cup there, we put fruit in there. So in this case, blackberries. Raspberries work well. Strawberries work well. This is ridiculous. We're having fun. Is everyone having a good time? All right. Remember, this is a bonus. I can't go home for this dish. This is the one I'm supposed to be making. All right. All right, and what we're going to do is just carbonate these blackberries. I knew this was going to happen. All right. All right, so you can hear that? It's kind of hard to see. All right? It's perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, there we go. All right, so actually the CO2 is going into the berries. Because the fruit is porous, the fruit is actually going to be carbonated. So if your kids like carbonated beverages, maybe they don't like blackberries, this is the way to get them to eat blackberries. All right? Can you help me open this up and we can get a couple berries out there? How are we doing on time? Everyone's good on time? There's lots of things to do. Face painting, there's Easter bunnies, Curious George is here. Let's give it up for Super Y. Super Y? All right. Princess P, that's Riley's like favorite character, Princess P. All right, there we go. So we have some carbonated blackberries. We have our avocado chocolate mousse that doesn't have really any chocolate in it. You got a spoon for me? All right. Spatula will be good. All right, let's see. All right, and how about a little bowl? Let's do this. Nah, you know what? Yeah, we'll do it very avant-garde. We'll do an avant-garde presentation. Avant-garde is just my way of saying I don't really know what's about to happen. All right. But I think we'll do something like this. This tastes better than it looks. Okay, good. Someone got that. All right. All right, there we go. There we go. So we have our avocado chocolate mousse. We have our carbonated blackberries. I feel like we need something else. All right. All right. Sorry, when I plate, then I stop talking. Everyone's doing good, right? Okay. All right. I think that's good. You can actually see the fizz coming up from the blackberries. And I think that's going to be ice cream any second. A spoon, a normal spoon. But until it is ice cream, right now, come on, what is that right now? Foam. Where's Marcel when you need him, right? All right. All right, a little bit of rose foam. All right. All right, I know where that person is that doesn't like avocados. All right, so there's our sort of White House-inspired chocolate avocado mousse, carbonated blackberries, and a rose foam ice cream-ish. Thank you so much. All right.